Supreme. Yeah, I see him. I see you. Bring a little piece of knowledge to y'all real quick. And it's all coming together like head on the lettuce, head on the cabbage. You dig what I'm saying? It's kind of savage how it was put down like that. And I don't think nobody even understand when they be reading in the scriptures, right? Look at these footprints. I don't even think they be understanding when they be reading what they be reading. So there's a set of things that took place as the ones that went against the Almighty, even though you can't be in the midst of the Almighty. They had a lot to say to the representative of the Almighty. A lot of disrespectful things, a lot of that's why it's called Satan. You're sitting there going back and forth with the Almighty of all things because you mad at a job you got to do, something that you got to stand up for. And because that was taking place, there was a lot of things that was documented within the character of these beings. So the characteristic traits, right, became the characteristic traits to have a line by or something to understand what not to do. So a lot of people don't even understand these valuable cardinal lessons that were given to you to understand divine and how to understand who's on what side opposed to how or what they are in society and what they tell you. So you have a lot of this energy to where people are super combatant. They lie, they manipulate. They got all these characters. They talk down on things, right? To defile the name. So divine said he created seeds that would grow into divine seeds. So either way, to speak against the divine seed, even if you see it or not, this is why one of the rules was thou shalt not judge. People are like, I'm going to judge anyway. And then slash that, they call themselves gods, goddesses, whatever, you on whatever. Like, this is why they had to switch religion around to have you believe that you can be forgiven for anything. Divine documents everything by the actions that you take. Like your flesh sees everything that you do regardless, right? Because it's you doing it. So the defiling the name of the Most High, that means to speak down on it. So even if you speak down on the creation of the Most High, the seeds, which is to grow into divine right? No matter what the circumstances, they're going to eventually grow into divine right. To speak down on the seeds is like speaking down on the creator, because that's the energy in those seeds. Like, you can't talk about the apple and not have disdain for the apple tree. So that's the particular understanding, right, that has the verses in uproar. So I'm sitting there like, yo, that's kind of deep right there, because just like if you watching me on the last bill, I was speaking about not having an imperfect situation, or not even wanting to create an imperfect situation, infallible to the understanding of how divine would do that. That's why it's guidance, right? So then you get this realization of truth that follows that reverence. And it starts to break down in this way. Imagine people, right, with these characters that are unspoken by representation of the fallen, right? Take those characters and put slang words on them, put today's aspect of reality on them, and then relook at those things again. And then look at the people that you around. I'm getting goosebumps right now. It's going to wake up a lot of people if you take the time to do it correctly. Because there's only one way. Everybody and you got to keep in mind, all these other things that were created, ways and words to say that were created, was only created to have you, no matter what you look at, just not look at the divine. Don't give a damn if you on divine side or not. They care if you on divine side or not. They just don't want you to look in that direction, no way, shape, or form. So don't be on their side. You don't got to be on their side. Just don't like divine, period. And that means whatever comes with it, without saying that, right? So look at all the things that come with that. Look at all the disdain that comes with that, the hate the envy, the jealousy. You mad because you just not divine. You mad because you had a job to do and you couldn't do that. You mad because you think somebody don't this, that, and the third. Or you mad because why I got to go down there and look, you know what I'm saying? Like all of this in a nutshell, right? It start getting real deep when you start really looking at the movie and how it plays out. Because despite what people wanted the children of the Most High to be, they are still children of divine. No matter how the world judged them, oppressed them, still children of the Most High. Even when the high energies, and these were high energies in Egypt, they were high energies, they decided to say, you know, we're going to thump back. They didn't have to, but they chose to, which ultimately led to their fall. And it was crazy, yo, because I'm looking at Pharaoh. Remember Pharaoh? He used to drop jewels online. And that passage that was biblical that said the Most High rose Pharaoh just to crush him. So Pharaoh went real fast, right? He came up real fast and then fell hard. All praises to the Most High. Shout out to Pharaoh, though. I hope he get it together and come back to his balance. I'm just using that as a reference. So, arrogance, right? Without being humble to the direction or humble to the way. Like people say you gotta be humble. Humble to what? Not you. I'll be humble to the Most High, though. People say humble yourself. For what? You're not divine. You know what I'm saying? Like, you over here judging and you're over here judging and causing calamity, lying, stealing, cheating and all that. And I need to humble myself to you. Why would I do that before I do it to the Most High? Why would I have anything for anybody before I have it for the Almighty first? Almighty gave me life. I carry the soul in me. If my body gets so mangled to where it can't house that soul, that 3.5 to 20 grams going to leave my body, depending on your age. If you're a baby, it's like 3.5 grams. If you're an adult, it's like 20 grams. So that's going to leave your body. It's going to float out. You ain't got no control over that, no way how it look. That's just what it is. And it'd be crazy because everybody got something to say. And then it even get deeper, like if you look into these aspects and put them together, it's like in the last days, so many going to die from lack of knowledge, lack of understanding. What's that lack? Because it seemed like everybody believing in how they see things opposed to the way that was actually given to you. Now, keep in mind, you was known before you was even in the womb. That don't have to be biblical. That's just creation in itself. Before creation was formulated, the formulator knew what it created so it can be formulated. That's common sense. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't need nobody to tell you that. You know what I mean? Like, you about to cook some food, right? This is the greatest example. You about to cook some food. I'm sorry I got to talk to people like they're retarded, but listen to me. You about to cook a dinner. You know what you about to cook. You ain't cooked it yet, but you got all the things it take to cook it. So you start cooking it. You know when it's going to be done. Somebody might come up to you and say, yo, is it done yet? You might be like 15 minutes. Like a chef, right? 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And you put it together and it's finally done. But you knew what you was going to make so you could put it out. You're the architect of that. The architect has blueprints when he makes a house. He knows how the house is going to turn out when it's done. So that means you can't be sitting around here talking all extra fly when something put it together for you to be like that. So that's where the confusion came in. The confusion was like, yo, I'm going to make them see things how I want them to see. I'm going to make them represent in a different way, unbeknownst to understanding the way. So then you get the minds that don't comprehend the wordplay. They treat you a certain way, put you through different wordplays, through existences and times, and then you learn to speak different. So now you lost the understanding of comprehending what the way was and how it felt, the feeling that came with you knowing the way, despite what you wanted to say. It's the reason why you have discernment. Discernment came from you feeling some type of way before you make a decision. So you like, yeah, I felt that, so let me pipe down, or let me back up, or let me think before I speak. That's what discernment is. Don't you think that came from the architect that made you? To give you this understanding, and some people will listen to that and don't listen to it. I ain't listening to that. I'm going to do what I want because I don't like somebody. I don't believe it's them. I don't believe this. I don't believe that. I don't care. I'm going to do this anyway. Well, you know what? I'm deserving. Well, that sounds like the fallen in so many ways necessary. So then the fallen got hip to that too, and they was like, yo, we can't be talking all bold like this to some people because we can't really tell who's the light. So you talking like that, they're going to start listening because a lot of people don't carry this disdain with them. They don't carry this type of negative thought pattern with them. They just go about their day and they be around certain people and don't know. They like, well, I'm going to pray for them. But then you go run to them. Yo, so-and-so and so-and-so. I think so-and-so and so is like this. Yo, can you da-da-da-da? He's like, well, no, we ain't doing that, but this is what you accessing. That's manipulation. That's the fallen not wanting to sound so angry by the fact that they still in this energy for the rest of their life because you will never beat the Almighty. It's never going to happen. That's a fight that can't be won. But you're going to fight it anyway. In the retrospect, it's still that. You fighting that. You still sitting there like, I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep trying. But the divine done scratched everything from you. Everything. You ain't got nothing. You look crazy. People even get a little vibe from you. And then you drop the energy down real quick just so you can hide it. Peep game. How strong are you today? You want to go into this next level, but you don't want to go into the next level. Because you keep trying to halfway benefit the value of the Almighty. The next level is a child of the Almighty. The seed actually starting to crack open and then move in the way of what? The creator or the architect of the seed. The ideal that the architect had for the seed starts to move that way. No matter what people think. It's like, yo, how you know that? How you even do that? Well, you asking the wrong questions. Why are you not doing it? That's the difference. Why are you not doing it? How are you not walking in that energy as old as you are, or as knowledgeable as you claim, or as structured or sound that you are, or as completed as you are? Why aren't you walking in that way? Despite what you can show and prove physicality, because we know the world is not of divine. Divine said, I am not of the world. So then temptation had to play a role in your life because this is all you chase. How do you throw these values away and then sit there and smile and say, hey, look at me? I'm supposed to. That's like saying the fallen coming to tell the divine, see, I told you it looked good on me. Like the divine don't know the fallen through and through. So even that they're scratched of everything that they thought they knew, they're still scratched of it. So they're playing an aimless game. They're trying to have something in their life that was never for them. And what ain't for you, it just ain't for you. And what divine got for you is what divine got for you. And that's just a line. So this is the ultimate division. I'm charging you people who claim that you truly love the Almighty and you've been studying all your life to get this pathway, to actually get there, but not understanding where you're going, thinking that these little blessings is where you're supposed to be. No, divine protects babies like a baby seed. That means you're growing in the way, not the actual baby. That means you're growing in the way. So eventually you'll start moving in the way of the Almighty. And that's the point. So if you're not moving in the way of the Almighty and your actions and functions start following that, what does that say to you? See, divine is going to protect the babies and the ones that ain't able to hear because they was damaged through the process of growth. It's like a cracked seed. You cracked your head to where you can't listen. Not a person who know right from wrong, but yet still choose to do wrong. Nah, you know the difference. You just don't want to do it. That's the fallen. You know what I'm saying? They're like, I ain't doing it even though I know. I know this theirs, but I'm going to take it anyway. I'm going to still lie. I'm going to defile their name. Like all these terms is still wrapped around the value of you talking crap about somebody, going against the truth about somebody, lying on somebody's name, speaking on somebody when they ain't speaking on you. Like all these things are values of the fallen. So how don't you have that as a label or a line for you to have a diagram on what not to do or certain people not to be around or listen to when you're going through your everyday life? Oh, because it might be your family? All right, so what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that have to do with it? Like you can't have a demon in your family? Like, nobody don't want to hear the raw truth. Everybody just want to be accepted into something. Oh, no, we all going. Not Divine didn't say that. Divine said, I'm saddened by how many of mine I'm going to lose from lack of knowledge. Facts. So that means way before we even got here, people of our lineage and people that look like us and all that already threw it away a long time ago. They've been throwing it away. They was tempted a long time ago. Times before we don't even remember, because you know what? It's their own story. It's their own story. So not for nothing, they might be mad because of what they did life before life or life after life after life after life. Way back what they act like they don't remember, because it ain't like it ain't in your DNA. It's your normal character. It's how you move right now. Today shit funny to people. He, that's what they did. He, that's what they did. It wasn't me. But you witnessed it. You looked at it and you laughed. So you're a spectator to the disrespect of the Almighty. All praise due to the Almighty. All praise due to the Most High. All praise due to the supreme divine creator of all creators and creations. So you sat there and you watched and laughed because you thought it was funny. But see, you know, divine, so I'm going to look after the kids. They don't know no better, the small seeds, because somebody might be praying for you. Somebody might be trying to learn you through this knowledge and you just don't get it, because you don't understand me. This is what I went through. Me. But everybody else going through shit too, but nobody don't want to see the pain you go through. They don't want to see it because I need you to feel this way, how I want you to feel. Word. Alright, facts. Let's do it your way. By the time we look up, we wrapped around 30 miles, 30 yards, 30 years, 300,000 and 300,968 miles of this information that you've been playing this role through your life expectancy since your timeline. Divine, like, that's a fair one. It ain't a fair one, but it's a failed one. So then in the same breath, you mad because you made this choice through all your lives? How do you think that even became something to look after for? It's like, yo, people been doing this before. They mad at you in their past life. Yeah, because you chose that one and I chose this one. Been choosing this one, gonna keep choosing the Almighty no matter what. It's a fact. I don't like the fact that you keep choosing the Almighty. Come on, do this with us, drink with us. Go ahead, fight and steal and kill and murder and turn it up and turn it down and do whatever. Bust it down and pull it out and stick it round and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And disrespect even more. Do whatever you want. How you gonna do that to somebody else's kid? You ain't make them. Divine said, I created all of them, but you out here walking like you got ownership. You got ownership of the children of the Most High? That's what the fallen thought. I ain't doing that. I'm gonna do what I want. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna do it like this. You talking to? Talking to the Almighty. I hear you. You talking to the Almighty or tough like that. Divine say, you know what? Give me that back. That's like you being with your uncle, but your uncle house smell like mothballs. Your uncle just gave y'all $50 a piece. But y'all go in the little room, don't think uncle listening. You be like, I hate coming over here. His house smell like mothballs. Why you hate him? He just gave us some money. I don't care. His bread be stale too, and that candy sitting over there is all stuck to the bowl. I don't want to come. I'm ready to go. The uncle said, hey, come here. Let me talk to you, all right? Yeah, I'm all right, smiling at you, just humble. He ain't got nothing for you. he ain't got no disdain for you. He's like, you know I love you, right? Like, yeah, like, let me see that money I gave you. Like, what you want my money for? The money I gave you. Okay. You give him the money back. I'm going to give you change. And he send you home. He ain't giving my money. He gave them some. Right? And then the auntie or the mom is like, why you ain't give little Junior some money? Oh, Junior was in there talking trash. He was saying that he don't like coming to my house. My house stink. He hate my food. He hate being here. He ready to go. You sitting there telling your daughter that. She look at your daughter real quick. That's what he was saying? Yeah, mommy, I told him that he's nice to us. Yeah, that shit echoed through forever. It echoed through forever. It's like, yeah, some of the seeds gonna go bad, yo. That's what happens. I like to grow plants. I've been growing plants for a long time. And I can have a bunch of seeds, and sometimes they don't always come out the way I want them to, because some of them get old. You know what I'm saying? And some of them you can save, and some of them you can't. So always leave it in the hands of the Most High, because the way is always the way. That ain't gonna never change, no matter what nobody think, how they feel. The way of the Almighty has always been the way of the Almighty. The world might put understandings on certain stuff. They might try to squeeze you through a bucket, right? Squeeze you through a small tube to get you to maneuver in the value to serve the purpose. No, you're supposed to stand Almighty at that point. You're supposed to say, nah, I'm good. I'm going to let Divine guide me through this. And they're going to be like, why? Why? Why you want to go that way? Now they questioning. Because they need you to get in the back and forth. I ain't doing that. I'm following the Almighty right now. I'll let you hold that, though. You can hold that. What if I say something to them and get them to come out of their character? I don't have a character. I have a way, and the way is of the Almighty. See, that's the problem. You keep looking at me and trying to decide off if I'm on the same eye level as you. Well, my eye level is only being fused to look through the way of the divine. So it's a learning lesson. So as I'm learning these lessons and I'm looking through the eyes of the way of the divine, I can remember having ways of mine when they wasn't connected to. So like, yeah, I can't look through those glasses no more, because now my eyes is on the way of the divine. Something to think about. This is why it's important to let people judge. Let them say what they want. Let them look at you and say, you shouldn't be doing this. Why you doing that? And da-da-da-da, that ain't the way of the divine. Well, a piece of mind is pieces of minds, and they ain't got nothing to do with your understanding of how you see through your mind, or the refined understanding of what's peace for you. But I tell you, if it's true, whatever comes to give you that peace and you could be connected to the divine, it's all praise due. It's a fact. You don't know, because in different parts of the world, this is what they do. But when we close to our people, we quick to judge those, because you like, those my peoples too. If I go to Brazil, I might see a Brazilian walk around with a whole Kia that cook crack. Like, yo, how you get that? They don't even move how we move with that, but they still got it though. But over here, it's like, yo, it's different. Nah, that's because the world made it that way. That don't mean I'm gonna go run to Brazil to be a Brazilian, or Colombia to be a Colombian. See, one thing got nothing to do with the next. You gotta stay in your lane, and your lane is gonna lead you to what? Through all the calamity, through all the misfortune of the world. Man gonna keep trying to put something in front of you, just so you don't lean on that one way. That's the way of the Almighty. It's hard to get there, because you're going to have people saying so many things like they think they know. And then you're going to think that you got to listen to it. You're going to think that you got to put it in perspective. You're going to think that you got to be involved in that. Nah, that ain't even a fact. The fact is the Almighty trying to get you away from all that. So the whole point of put down this, stop doing that, and da-da-da-da is because your mind is so tuned on other things, you don't involve yourself enough in the Almighty. How you would never go, like, to keep it 100 now, you go get a brand new car. You not running back to the actual Honda dealership. You're not going back to the Lexus dealership. Some people will, because they got a couple dollars. But when you go get that car, you know you going to James, who got that mechanic shop. James fix it a little bit, but then, can't never really fix it right. But that was your choice, though. It's your choice to listen to somebody else who tell you what they can do, other opposed to what can do. All praise due. So why would I go anywhere else? Even when I used to do music back in the day, people used to get mad, like, yo, why don't you come to so-and-so house? Why would I spend money with you? I need my shit professionally done, or I need to learn how to be professional. One or the other. See, the concepts of reality is showing you how to detach from, and you think these things are giving you the opportunity to. No, it's hoping that you that in tune to understand the better things in life. So what's better in life? You used to get the fake Gucci bags from the fake store over here from the City Trends, but now you get the Gucci bags from the Gucci place. So where you get your knowledge from people. So when you're going to start going to the creator who created people, I'll wait. But it's wrong if somebody tell you or speak it in a way that you don't like because they ain't jumping up and down wearing a suit and throwing books around. I ain't got to throw nothing around. I ain't got to stand no way. I ain't got to be nowhere but next to the Almighty. Facts. And I can make this look good. Wrap it, scratch it how I want to, because you know what? It's in my heart. It's in my pure intentions to be that. And did I forget to mention, every time I make a motion, it has to be with all praises to the Most High, first and foremost. Don't make a blink, a step, or nothing, a foot move, a piss out of this, or moving that. I don't move nowhere unless Almighty is involved. Divine is a part of everything I do, no matter what. If I'm about to lay down and stroke it, I'm praying to the Most High. If I'm about to roll up and twist it, I'm praying to the Most High. Because you know what? My body is on both sides of the field. I'm on the light, got the light inside me, got the imperfect on the outside. Divine said, let me see how this move. Make me a part of everything you do. Everything, every waking moment. Let me see. You like, I can't show Divine that because I don't know. You afraid? What you scared of? Right, you scared of the one that created you because you think what you're doing is so in-depth you can never show Divine, but Divine watching everything you do. Show me how smart that is. You's a manipulated fool. You're a confused individual. Your whole life is a video camera. But people made video cameras. Your whole life is on a video camera. But people made video cameras. Like, yo, I gotta watch you too. No, watch me. All right, I'll give you something to look at. All praises to the Most High. Every waking moment, every waking motion, everything got to do with that. I don't think it's real. It got to be fake because I remember how it used to be when we was. So, I call upon Divine on that ass so fast. What you talking about? Divine, I don't know what this energy is, but it's taking me off the path and the mission that you had planned for me. All praises. Divine, I don't know what this is, but it's distracting me from seeing you. What? Yeah, you need some type of understanding, though. You lost because you ain't got understanding, though. You know what I'm saying? You need some type of understanding, though, but you lost because you ain't got that understanding, though. But ain't nobody hearing me talking. They like, yo, I don't understand what he's saying. Yeah, because you don't understand Almighty. You too busy listening to everybody else who don't know shit. I said, I tell you what it is. Me look, man, that ain't what it is, because it's just him saying it. All right, it's just me, insignificant with nothing. And that's fine. I came here in this world like that. I'm going to leave the same way. Divine see fit for me to have anything in between. It's a blessing. And that's cool. I'm cool with that. But see, the point is, while you lost and not attached to what created you, I'm holding on to my parents' hands. I'm holding on to the almighty big finger. The pinky, like, right here, I ain't going nowhere. Divine, like, I'm going to raise you up since you ain't going to let go. Let go. I can't let go. I'm trying to do it in your steps, though. I'm trying to follow your steps, though. Feet too big, trying to put my feet in your shoes. Them sandals are so big, but I'm following you. I see the steps in the sand. I see the steps in the sand. Even when you carry me, I can look over your shoulder and see where you was holding me up. And then when you put me down, said you ready to walk, and I start walking in your position. Not to forget and quick to mention that, oh, you showed me these steps of how you did for me. All praise due. So now I understand how I'm supposed to be. So I'm supposed to be a seed growing in the ways of the Almighty. It's not about powers and electricity flowing out your fingers and glowing eyes and all that. Yeah, it's cool. But the point is, what you going to do? I got other seeds out here that don't understand how you understand. So let me show you. I bet. So I'm going to walk like that. So the Most High said, be in the image of. The image of. Be in the image of. So if I'm seeing somebody do something, what do y'all do right now? People got money. People got bodies. People got cars. People got houses. It's the image of failure because none of it's divine. But you would rather walk with that because it feels good to the flesh. I'm like, yo, who protecting the light that gave you the energy to even be here? Because if you get killed, none of that shit don't matter. You see this every day. Every day. Nobody don't hear me, though, because I'm the wrong one to be saying it. You rather be saying it. It won't fit you. It can't fit you because you ain't with the walk to understand this. You ain't put the pain in. And as soon as you pick it up, you literally telling divine you ready for that walk. So when you pick it up and you start going through something divine, like, yeah, you said you want to know what he know. Let me show you the pain he went through, though. See if you can handle that. Then you start getting mad because you're going through shit. Nah, you got to be stripped from everything you think is more important than the Almighty. I don't think that's important, but you're showing it by your actions, yo. Who wrong? Deep down inside your heart, this is what you want more than the Almighty, but you ain't submit yourself 100% to the Almighty, but then you mad at me because that's all I stay next to. Like, wow. Should I hang out with the Almighty? I'm with the Almighty all the time, by myself, me and the Almighty. Yeah, I ask, I'll be wanting natural stuff, like, divine, can I have something that could be here with me while I'm, you know, can I love on something? Can something love on me as much as you love on me in the physical? Yeah, I know that you're with me, but I know that you're not with me because you're not of the world. So what if it would be to have something that is like you, that love on me like you, so I can love them back like I love you too? Divine like ain't. We in short supply of that, son. But I need you to go ahead and separate from everything else that you want in your heart. And let me fill that space up, son. Let me fill that space up for you, son. So when you fill it up all the way, knowing that I got you, no matter if it's in short supply or not, you never know what I can create on the spot. So you can tell who don't believe because they impatient. What you impatient for when divine can change the wind direction, the water on the shore, the ground shape? What you thought was coming, what you thought was in store, divine can change all that right in front of the face. I've seen it happen in real time. So why would I sit there and be like, no, I'm impatient? No, that shows your timeline as far as you thinking. That shows where you at in the mind. You might be 110 million thousand years ago when they first started thinking like this. Is why you still feel like that. You carrying that shit all the way through time and space. You done brought that shit all the way to 2025. I'm mad. I'm angry. I'm gonna do something. You're gonna do what to the divine that you ain't been trying to do since the beginning of time, but fail. All praises to the Almighty. I don't talk tough. I don't talk confident. I talk the way of the Almighty because I don't got no way. I don't got no understanding. I'm just a physical body carrying a gift from the Almighty. So I know what it is. It's the way that's connected to me. So I can be confident in that. I can be confident in that. I don't gotta set claim to nothing. I don't gotta set claim to nothing. I don't gotta be out here like, yo, I'm a big this and big. Nah, I ain't gotta do none of that. I ain't gotta go put nobody down. I ain't gotta do none of that. I know what I can do. I keep following the way of the Almighty and watch what divine show me and teach me through every step. Because keep in mind, when you don't know, divine was carrying you. And when you started learning, divine put you down so you can walk next to him. And then you got a little older and you started walking on your own. We ain't talking about being children. That was the light before the lesson. The light had to come before you started manifesting. So the light put you here in the physical body. So that's before the class started happening. But now the class going on, now you learning from that aspect while you got creations of your own. So will it be a failed way that's attached to yours, just like other things that happen? Well, you can always correct that motion by following the way to the divine, or you can fail that by following the way of the fallen. I ain't gonna hold you. Just trying to show you something. Naga the wise.